Hey there, folks. I am the Mighty Plantain, and today I am a little not quite pissed off. Miffed, irked, put out, certainly fucking irritated. How can I be irritated? I got this brand new, well, 12 pack of Sam Adams beers here. Well, for one thing, this is not a brand new 12 pack. We'll get into that in a minute. But for another, I got summer beers, and summer ain't here. Seeing all these posts. Today is April 12th. I'm seeing all these posts on Facebook about the new season of Game of Thrones. Everybody's throwing the whole winter is coming thing out there. I mean, we've seen it a million fucking times before. I live in Maine, bitch. Winter never fucking left. It is cold out there. There's snow on the ground. It's nighttime. The sun went down, so now it's probably in the 50s. I didn't look at the temp, but I can tell you one thing: it never got above 58 today. Hell, new house, new setting. I'm keeping the temperature in here at 60 to save money on the heat, and it ain't that much different from fucking outside. So we might as well just turn the heat off and open the windows. I'm telling you, it's not a great time of year. I just noticed the lighting doesn't look as good as it did in my test. All right, new setting. We're going to be playing around with a bunch of that stuff. I know I'm off of the whole winter thing and summer beer. I'm a little more irritated too because I never saw a spring pack, unless the game day beers was supposed to be the spring pack. In which case, yeah, we saw it. But anyway, new setting, new lighting. It's going to take some tweaking. I'll try and figure out what works and what doesn't. Might not even keep filming here. If I ever get some bar stools, we'll do the kitchen. But I've got to find bar stools that the wife and I actually both like, and I think I'm being more picky than she is at this point. I don't know. Alright. So, moving on. Summer Variety Pack from Sam Adams. We have Sam 76, Summer Ale, Porch Rocker, and Boston Lager. Now, if you notice, there's only 4 varieties. Once again, we're back to that. And there are no new ones. Although you could make the argument that the Summer Ale is new because they did reformulate it a little bit. So, no official spring pack. We got the game day beers, which was okay. There was nothing all that interesting in there, honestly. They were good, solid beers. I love the Boston Lager. Always have, always will. But just nothing really all that out there. And I'm not used to that from Sam Adams. We went through a period with them a little while ago when they weren't putting out too many new beers, and there were only 4 varieties in the variety packs. And I think they pulled back on some of the seasons too. But hey, as long as we get the winter and fall variety packs, I'm okay with losing spring. I don't mind. We'll see what happens. But I've digressed plenty. Sam 76, 2 variety packs in a row. Not too thrilled about that. Don't get me wrong, it is also a solid beer and I do enjoy it. But if you're going to take up room in my variety pack, give me something that I actually like more than that, please. Instead of the stuff that has such a wide appeal. But Sam 76 is selling good and a lot of people like it, which is probably why they're rotating it in. But 2 variety packs in a row is a bit much for me. Summer Ale, Porch Rocker, Solid Offering, and Boston Lager. So not bad beers, just nothing new. And that Sam 76 is just pissing me off at this point. Was they going to put it in the damn winter pack? Oh, yeah. They better not. It's too light and refreshing for a winter beer. I want a winter beer to be something that just sits there and has a lot of body to it. Anyway, I am bitching. You guys are not tuning in for that. You're here for the beer review. So we're going to start off with the Sam Adams Summer Ale. Same IBU level as Porch Rocker. They're both at 8, but I believe the Summer Ale is going to have that citrusy, weedy, light flavor more than the Porch Rocker. Sam 76 actually has 12 IBUs, and I know it's a lighter more refreshing summery beer as well. So it does belong in this variety pack. Don't get me wrong about that. And then we're going to top it off with the Boston Lager, which is probably the heaviest and hoppiest beer in the entire pack. So, Sam Adams Summer Ale, limited release, of course, like every year. But it says this American wheat ale is synonymous with summer. Our blend of orange, lemon, and lime peels create a pleasant bouquet of citrus. The grains of paradise accent the crisp wheat character with a subtle spice that finishes clean. Iconic as it is refreshing, summer ale is just right for any summer day. Now, that is accurate. Pretty sure the summer ale has always been a wheat ale that used the grains of paradise. I don't know about orange, lemon, and lime peels. I think they've only used lemon in the past. But there's nothing in here that tells me, there or on the box, about what they're doing differently with the summer ale this year. Oh, I'm sure it's in the ads or on the website probably, but I didn't bother looking it up ahead of time. So we're just going to go with the Sam Adams. And I am really getting thrown for a loop because I forgot the glass. I'm going to go get that right now. While I was up, I made a slight adjustment to the lighting in here. I don't know if it's making any difference in the video. I showed you guys the dimmer switches in the previous whiskey review, and I actually put one over the table here too. Yes, I like to show off my handiwork. It's not that impressive, I know, but I'm impressed with myself for installing them. Alright. Yeah, you guys are getting way more than you bargained for in this video. I promise I will try to keep it simple and straightforward when we get to the other beers. Huh. I do like the new caps with the whole cheers thing underneath. That's kind of cool. This does seem maybe a little more hazy than it used to be. And the carbonation and the head on it, or lack thereof, apparently I did not pour it out quickly enough at the end there, is actually reminding me more of a soda. It's got like that light, thin-skinned bubbles instead of what I'm used to from most beers, even summer beers. But yeah, it's quite effervescent. Even though the head didn't stick around, there are a lot of bubbles coming up through. It is light, golden yellow. But again, it's a lot more hazy than I'm used to. I am definitely going to figure out the lighting. I think that's even worse for you seeing the color. Oh no, maybe not. Than the old place was. If I keep my... Yeah, don't put your hand behind the glass, dummy. There we go. That's better. But yeah, definitely hazier than I seem to remember the Sam Adams Summer Ale being. It's been about a year since I've had one. Maybe a little less than a year. I don't think I had my last Sam Summer in April last year. And if I did, it certainly wasn't as fucking cold and snowy as it is now. Alright. Very wheaty. I'm used to getting more citrus aroma and then like this slight wheat undertone from the Sam Adams Summer Ale today. Today I'm getting a lot of wheat, a lot of graininess, and then undertones of citrus. So that could be because of the way they reformulated it. It could also just be the way my palate's behaving today, or my nose. We haven't quite gotten it onto the palate yet. But yeah. Big, weedy, grainy aroma up front, followed by a little bit of citrus in the on the back end. It's got a little more body than I was expecting. It's still nice and light. A little crisp, but very grainy. That wheat is just carrying through. It is very grainy with a bunch of citrus in the finish, but not like a huge burst of citrus or anything like that. It's there. It's just simple and understated. Maybe a hint of bitterness from the peel, because you know the citrus peels tend to have that odd bit of bitterness to them. It's not bad. And again, from my experience, I'm pretty sure the summer ale used to be lighter than this, less hazy, and more citrusy. This one is coming through more grainy and less citrusy. But again, that could just be my expectations or my senses being off today, because I'm not sure exactly what they did to change up the recipe. It's good. It's solid. Pardon. I'm just on the fence here where to rate it. I want to give it at least a 3.5 out of 5, but I'm not quite ready to push it up any higher than that, I guess. Which again, is not to say it's a bad beer. On a scale of 1 to 5, a 3.5 is above average, because 2.5 would be average. So 3.5 it's a nice solid beer. It's good and grainy. It's got a bit of citrus in the finish. It's definitely a great summer beer because it is light and easy to drink, and it's got that refreshing slight crispness. You're going to enjoy it on a hot summer day. That could be throwing me off too. These are summer beers, and it's, I think it got up to 62 in here earlier, so I'm not quite in the right mindset for summer beers. I may have to revisit these when it does eventually warm up around here. But 3.5 out of 5 for me for the Sam Adams Summer Ale, and if I remember correctly, that's right around where it usually comes in. I'm not a big summer beer guy, but Sam Adams has a decent solid offering here. So I'm going to finish it up. Try not to go on so many tangents here when I come back and we do the Porch Rocker. Alright, so as I said, next up is Porch Rocker. And Porch Rocker is actually a radler. They combined I think it was a Hell's. Yep, a Golden Hell's Lager with limonade, which is a little different because most companies that do like a flagship or standard radler, they usually use a lemonade, unless you're Leinenkugels, in which case you'll mix it with any kind of berry juice. But yeah, so Porch Rocker going with limonade instead of lemonade probably sets it apart a little bit. This is actually one of my wife's favorite beers. She's a huge fan, looks for it every year that it comes out. Matter of fact, I had to tell her, leave me one. She got into this 12-pack before I did, if you can believe that. So, anyway, kind of funny drinking a radler when my nipples are so fucking stiff. But, I don't know, hopefully you couldn't see that on camera because that's probably a little disturbing. But, anyway, this whole cold weather thing, drinking summer beers, is just throwing me for a loop. Because obviously, I can't shut up about it. But managed to keep a better head on that than I did the summer ale, so that's good. And again, it might not be my fault on the summer ale, I don't know. That's actually clearer than the summer ale, less hazy. But again, they didn't use fruit peels in it, so that makes a difference. Although it is a bit more of a copper color But again, it's a Hell's Lager versus being a wheat beer. So, but yeah, that is really clear. No haze at all. Um, Nice copper color, very effervescent. Actually, I think it's actually bubbling more than that summer ale did. And the head's sticking around longer, too. So, I love the looks of this beer. It is a very good looking beer. Like I said, it's pretty light in color, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just impressed by how clear it is. I've been drinking a lot of heavy, dark, and hazy beers lately. The bubbles are forming like this really white head on it too. I haven't seen a fully white head in a while. Most of the time I'm getting like a bit of tinge of yellow to it. Alright, I gotta stop admiring it in looks and admire it for its other qualities. I'm getting a minor hint of citrus off of that, but otherwise not very much of anything. There's the citrus. It's got a nice light, and it's actually more crisp and refreshing, I would say, than the summer ale. It's got a nice light mouthfeel. Summer ale's got a light mouthfeel too. I think the extra the body I wasn't expecting from it was throwing me a bit there, and I forgot to mention it. But this has got a nice light mouthfeel, but it actually seems to be more crisp and refreshing than the summer ale itself. And you wouldn't think right off the bat that it's a Radler, because a lot of the Radlers have more, like I said, most commonly lemon, more lemon or fruity flavor up front. But with this, the limeade actually just kind of blends really well with the beer, and you're getting a mouthful of sweet, citrusy beer. It's all together, all at once, not, like I said, with other Radlers, you get like this sour lemonade, slightly sweet flavor that then fades to beer. This is just kind of a combination of all the flavors of a beer and a limeade all at once. And it is really well rounded. Drinks very easy. That's going to be a great summer beer when summer finally gets here. Hell, I'd be happy to drink it in the springtime. But, yeah. I think it's actually getting me better more than the summer ale is. I think I would prefer this over the summer ale. Like I said, my wife definitely does. I'm going to go with a 4 out of 5 on that one. That is a great summer beer, and like I said, it's all the different flavors that you're expecting from it are all coming at you all at once instead of going through like a cycle or fading. And they're staying with you throughout the drinking of the beer. So yeah, definitely a solid 4 out of 5 from me. I'm going to finish it up, and then we're going to crack into the Sam 76. Alright, so here we are with Sam 76. I am so fucking sick of you. You don't get me wrong, it's a good beer, but it's just not one of my favorites. So that being said, the fact that it keeps showing up in all these variety packs, taking the place of a beer that I would rather have, just annoys me. But on the other hand, it does have a wide appeal. Lots of people love this stuff. It is slightly hazy. It's got a nice yellowish color to it. Somewhat effervescent, not quite as bubbly as the last two, but it does hold a decent head. I've just got an overall somewhat grainy aroma. Nothing really crazy coming through there either. Just got like a beer aroma to it. And it is very crisp, very light. It's refreshing. I know I've said that about both of the other summer beers in this pack so far. Sam 76 actually belongs in this summer variety pack. I mean, it is one of those easy to drink beers that's going to be great on a hot day. It goes down easy. There's just a little bit of hoppiness in the finish. And I believe it's a combination of a lager and an ale. So it's a decent beer. It just doesn't have anything that stands out or sets it apart from a lot of other decent beers for me. So for me, this is, just as it's always been, a 2.5 out of 5. It's not bad, but I'm not a huge fan either. It's just a decent beer. Fully average. So I'm going to finish it up real quick, and we're going to get to the Boston Lager. No surprises there either if you've seen any of these videos before. Alright, so we are finally up to the Sam Adams Boston Lager. Like I said before, no surprises for anybody who's seen me do one of these variety pack videos or a handful of other videos before. I have mentioned this beer in it. There we are. Look at that. A beautiful, beautiful golden brown. Nice and toasty looking. Somewhat effervescent. Clear. No haze or particulates. Decent head on there. Could have probably gotten a bigger one, but doing good enough. Nice roasty and hoppy aroma coming off of that. Yep. Nice medium mouthfeel. Good malty, slightly sweet maybe tonight for me. Flavor to it, and then a nice finish with a good burst of hoppiness. Always a perfect 5 out of 5 from me, and it has nothing to do with any particular standout flavor from the beer, just the fact that it hits all the notes of a good beer for me, and they're in such perfectly balanced equilibrium, I guess. I don't know where I was going with that. They are so perfectly balanced that it just comes together really well, and I will never turn down a Sammy Boston. Awesome beer. So, you can drink it any season of the year, too. I mean, you can drink any beer any season, but it's suitable for any season. So let's see, what do we got? Got the Sam 76, nice average beer in this pack. It does belong in the summer pack. It's just not a standout for me. Summer Ale, I think I gave that a 3.5 tonight, and the Porch Rocker a 4, and then the Boston Lager a full 5 out of 5. All really solid beers to drink during the summer. I'm just getting fed up with the Sam 76. I'm tired of seeing it everywhere I look. I get that it's a big seller and that it's got a wide appeal, so it makes